Game Clique.
What's good, everybody, and welcome to Game Clique, the literal blackest video game podcast in the industry. This podcast is so black, it is already prepping for Thanksgiving.
Is that a black thing?
I don't know, is it? I know I am.
Yeah, you might be right. White people don't be prepping on casseroles.
They don't. It's just, they're all right. They don't overthink it.
Yeah, you might be right. You may be right. You might be onto something.
Man, I wasn't with that one, bro.
Whoa, what do you mean?
Yeah, she's true.
Nah, man.
It was either that or it was going to be a Max B reference. And I didn't know if everybody was going to get the Max B reference.
Fair.
So,
Okay.
Max B is free, by the way. Free my man. First day free, and he chose to go to a Jets-Browns game.
Ugh. Yeah. What?
Crazy times. Lock him back up. As always, I'm your boy, the Charm City Champ, and I'm joined here by the King of Strong Style, the King of the Iron Fist, our local wise man, Shinokaga.
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing today? Feeling lovely? Hopefully.
And I'm joined here also by the King of Esports.
That's the better one. I like that name.
The King of Esports. I paused because I'm looking and I got y'all swapped accidentally. I got y'all lower third names swapped by mistake. Coach Physics.
He think we all look alike. What's up, man? Thanks for having me back. Happy to be here and always excited. I feel like whenever me and Hino get together, we talk a little too much, but that just means we're excited to talk games, so I'm always excited.
That's a little bit. We're in a perfect place for people who talk too much, you know? So
Absolutely.
I know, right?
yeah, it's it's that time of year. We're coming close to award season. We gotta get the tuxes ready. Gotta get the bow ties.
What we drinking out of our Grammys, man?
I mean, this is a black podcast. There's only a few. Yeah.
Cognac.
I didn't want to say it.
I don't know. I don't think YouTube will shadow ban us as long as I don't say the name of it, maybe. But
Lord have mercy.
but we're gonna come up with something to supplement the actual game awards. The first Game Clique Awards. We came up with some fun categories of that. The traditional award shows don't cover, but we need to fill those gaps. We need to fill them up. So we're going to do that in the back half of the show. But before we get to that, we need to do some catch up. We've been playing a lot of stuff in the past couple of weeks, and I think we need to break down specifically Arc Raiders. Hot button. A little is divisive.
Controversial?
Yeah, a little controversial.
Yeah, I would say, especially within the last 24 hours, I would say so for sure.
Yeah, so mainly, I don't know if we're all privy to it. So Eurogamer dropped their review, and they gave it a 2 out of 5.
Right.
And they cited specifically the fact that the makers of Arc Raiders use AI, generative AI, for the voiceovers.
Yep.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. And these are the guys that did the finals, and they did the same thing in the finals as well.
Yep. Right. This one has been interesting to me because I feel like they've sort of, I guess if you want to put it that way, gotten away with this, right? Like you said, with the finals, a game that I believe is, it's downloaded on my PC right now, right? Me and my friends will revisit it every now and then, right? And still try to play. And even now our Arc Raiders. I think what's more apparent to me about this game, though, in comparison to the finals, is there's so much quality in everything else surrounding the AI voices in Arc Raiders to where when I look at the presentation and how they use lighting and the gunplay and the sound effects and the sound design, how much you rely on sound in that game. And then to get to the AI voices, it just takes you out of the experience. And so I think that's why finally people are starting to be like, what is this? Is because they see such a premium product surrounding everything else, right? Any other talk you hear about this game is overwhelmingly positive. But it's this one big blotch that they chose to put here instead of just simply paying people to do the very few voice lines that you have in the game. It's not like it's a multiplayer game that relies on your character talking. They want you, the player, to talk. So this one is just, it's been a mind-boggling decision to me as somebody that has been really, really, really enjoying Arc Raiders in a way that I never thought I would.
So that AI thing is just it's just this really crazy topic that's just kind of popping up in everything, like not not just gaming right now.
Yep, 100%.
And, you know, just like I haven't got a chance like to play Arc Raiders. Like I did want to sit down and spend some time with it, but like you said, like everything I've heard about it so far has been mostly positive. In fact, I think they said like the player base is like uptrending, like I think even faster than Helldivers 2.
Yeah.
Which,
I think it says the most played extraction shooter on Steam, I want to say, concurrent of all time. I could be wrong.
Yeah, it has the highest 24-hour peak of all the extraction shooters.
Wow. Yeah.
So I mean, like, yeah, like, you know, you made something that was like really good, and then you decided to cut a corner in something that kind of seemed unnecessary. And you're doing it with AI, which is kind of, you know, like a really big talking point. Like, and you know, AI is costing people their jobs and stuff now. Like, you kind of gotta read all of that. Like, what are you thinking? What are you doing?
And what I want to combat, one of the main talking points that I see from people that are trying to defend it, and once again, it's somebody that is loving the game and still will probably play the game, unfortunately, but even still can acknowledge that this isn't something that we should be celebrating, right? Is that a lot of people will say, oh, well, you know, they paid the voice actors to, you know, record their voices and then let the AI, you know, do its work like a text-to-speech situation. And my combats to that is, yeah, but do you not think those voice actors would have liked to have been paid more to do more voice work and not take a pay cut because AI could take over after they gave them the basics of what their voice is, quote unquote? You know, and I really want to emphasize that we can celebrate the game's success in other ways while also taking a stance. And I think that's why I appreciate that Eurogamer review, right? And I feel like we forget that journalism can be protest, right? And if they want to protest AI and say, hey, we think your game sucks because you didn't pay voice actors in the way that you should, and this isn't something that we should be normalizing in the gaming industry, then I think that means something. And I think it means more than somebody that is going to put out a 5-star review but not talk about it and talk about that this is something that's controversial.
Now, I understand why people are protesting generative AI from the, you know, the morale standpoint of it's literally replacing humans. The way it is now, it is very inefficient in regards to its environmental impact. I do think there is some good use cases for it, specifically in gaming. One thing that I always go back to, and this is not thanks to AI, because this was like back in like 1999 or something like that, but I remember Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball on the N64. I remember it being one of the first games where you can create a player, name a player, and the game could pronounce your name. Like, you can type in whatever name you wanted, and it would know how to pronounce your name. And I thought that was so dope. And, like, no game does that. Like, even now, like, 20 some odd years later. What?
I was say, like, I was about to say, like, some of those WWE games, like,
it's a list, though. Yeah,
it was a list of, like, names that were already in there. You kind of got to put your stuff together.
Yeah.
Put your name together properly, and it's like, all right, it comes out right. So, yeah.
So I would like to see if AI is inevitable, if the introduction and the takeover of AI or whatever is inevitable, I would like to see it used more to advance gaming than just this stuff like this where it's just obviously shoehorned in.
Yeah, I mean, like, so this is my thing. This is my thing with AI, right? Like, if Arc Raiders was made by, you know, like 6 guys in like a basement somewhere, you know, and they were like, well, yeah, we're going to cut this corner and like use like, you know, AI like for our voices. I like, okay, I get that. Like, that's cool. You're not, you know, working with a lot of money for this game, cool.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you're building something that like I'm gonna say like quote unquote
Mm-hmm.
like you're making like a AAA title, like come on, like you're supposed to be investing that money in getting like actual voice actors so you get that good expression if it's a game that
Mm-hmm.
even needs it. Which again, like we keep saying, like this game doesn't really even need
Mm-hmm.
like the voice acting. It's not like a big thing. So it's just like I have thoughts on it. I don't want to go super deep into it. At least like not right now. Cause like, but you gotta kind of pick and choose these. And like I said, the AI is just a touchy subject right now, especially like something else just happened with AI recently gaming wise too, right? Was it Square Enix laid off a bunch of people because they want to use
Oh,
AI
yes. Yeah.
for customer service.
Mm-hmm. Square Enix.
Like I said, it's touchy subject right now. So you kind of gotta be careful with that. Like I got a lot of thoughts.
Yeah, no.
I guess I don't want to go super deep into it.
Yeah.
Yet.
Amazon said the same thing. They laid off like thousands of people and said directly they need to figure out how to fit AI into the workflow.
You got to start shaming these companies before it gets too late.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I feel like the last thing I'll say on this is you should check Coca-Cola's latest Super Bowl ad. They came out and said our Super Bowl ad will be AI and boasted about it and said, yeah, we're taking this next step and we're going to make generative AI videos for our ads now instead of using humans. So if Coca-Cola is that bold enough to say stuff like that, right, I think it's really time for us to start really shaming companies that are doing this. And so, like I said, shout out to Eurogamer. I think it's important to understand that this is a great game, but there's also a very, very big fat flaw at the very helm of it. And I think that's important to talk about.
Yeah, and did y'all see the first, like Coca-Cola, I think made a Christmas commercial last year using AI and it was like ass. It was horrible.
It was really weird.
I didn't know.
Yeah, it was like, it was back when AI video was first kind of starting and like everything was wavy and shit. And like it's, gross.
Very bold.
Like,
Gross.
That's all I'll say, very bold.
AI has its uses. It's just, it shouldn't be in anything art related.
Agreed. But let's talk about, now that we've got that out of the way, I think that was a good disclaimer. We needed to get that out of the way. Arc Raiders is good outside of that, right?
Absolutely. This is a game. This is a game that has really struck me. I remember telling you all earlier on in the year, right, that Rematch took over like my circle of friend gamers in a way that I hadn't seen in a long time, to where we were getting on consistently and playing this game. This game has also done that, but it's also in like a very slimy way. Like a lot of my friend group will be like just playing this game off to the side and playing solo and trying to get the loot for themselves, and then you come back and be like, yeah, y'all don't got what I got. It's very weird. Like, but also everybody is playing it. This is I don't know if there's ever been this much of a buzz around an extraction shooter. And obviously there hasn't been, right? We talked about the statistics, but I really feel like it wasn't even like a gradual, maybe I'll get into this. It was like, no, it just exploded. Like, I think the weekend that it released, I remember seeing the buzz on Friday being like, oh, wow, okay, like this game is getting a little bit of motion. People are talking about it. And we got to Sunday and it hit its peak on the Sunday evening. People were, I couldn't get into the servers. That was my first time trying to play that weekend, and I couldn't get into the servers because you had to wait to be in a queue at that point. And so I really do think that for me, I love the environments. I think the combat is really good. Just the little moments that you get. I don't know if I'll have to share a video with you all if I didn't share, but I was playing the other day just solo, which I never do. There's not been a shooter in I don't know how long that does not have roguelike elements that I play solo by myself. But there's a clip of me And I saw a guy come out of a building to go loot one of the Ark robots. And I aimed my gun at him and I said, "Any last words?" He backed up and was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa." You know what I mean? It's like it's the moments like that. This game is so gold. You will never have an interaction with another team that does not have you on the edge of your seat. I'll go one last one, and I'll promise I'll stop. The last night we were playing, and there's like a zip line area. We see a team, and one guy zip lines up, and I'm like, "Hey man, what you doing? What you got going?" He don't say nothing to me. Don't say nothing to me. He zip lines back down to his team. So I'm like, "Oh, okay. Maybe they're not trying to press us." They go back into the woods. Like 5 minutes later, they come back and ambush us, take everything we have, and then talk shit to us in the process about how they just came back and took our lives, right? And it's like I said, stuff like that you just can't recreate in any other game. I really love the bold choice of having proximity chat. And I think it's such a great example of something that can take a game like this from still being a 8.5 out of 10. This is a jam-packed, content-packed game, but taking the chat feature brings it to a 9 or a 9.5 just that quickly. And so I'm loving it. I can't wait to dive deeper into it. I think I probably have maybe 20 hours or so into it at this point. And I think I'll definitely have some more time by the end of the year, at least before this Night Rain DLC hits.
Yeah. All the stories I hear from it, it immediately makes me think of the Dark Zone in the Division.
I've seen the Division compared.
Yeah. It very much sounds like those vibes. Like obviously, like the Dark Zone in the Division was like way before its time. Like proximity chat wasn't a thing, or at least it wasn't popular then. But yeah, it was the same vibes. Like it was an area in the Division that was PvEVP. You could go in by yourself or with a team of people that you knew. That was where like the really good loot was. So you were incentivized like going those areas, but those areas was the only place where a human player could kill you. If you were playing like the regular Division, a human player couldn't shoot you.
I think it's funny too that this game kind of popped off, because I mean, like there's been these games like this that have come out. That like you hear about them from time to time, but they're like niche, like like
Escape from Tarkov,
Hunt Showdown.
Yep.
I mean, even to a degree, I guess like the one that like kind of popped off the most recently would, to a degree, Helldivers 2. So it's just like like they've been around, but like for this one to just kind of take off this way, like it's amazing for the genre. I'm curious to see like what's going to come next with it. I gotta sit down and spend some time with it because I think
let me know
earlier.
Let me know. We definitely run it.
So I mean, you bring up a good point because that's kind of where I was going. What is Arc Raiders doing that an Escape from Tarkov or a Rust or even Helldivers 2 is not doing or did not do?
Honestly, when you think about it, like is it not even that much different from like playing like GTA Online, like back in the day when you're just like in the lobby before you start doing stuff? Like just crazy interactions with random people beefing, stuff blowing up everywhere. Like,
I think a lot of it is the community, right? And the storylines that you can create. I also think that we would be remiss not to mention that in 2025, any multiplayer game, right, at the helm of it has to be timing, especially a paid multiplayer title. And I cannot emphasize that enough. This game is not free to play. There's a price point behind it, right? And people had to pay that to jump in. And people are every day still paying to jump into this game in an era where we are talking about people not being able to eat right now in a lot of cases, right? And people are by the swarms going to play this game. And so I think that a lot of it is the community. I think a lot of it is, like I said, those moments of not knowing what's going to happen next. Every interaction feels meaningful. I think it also is the aspect of unity that you feel sometimes with the Ark, and the robots genuinely feel dangerous and like they are a threat to you. the crafting system and the loot system at first feels overwhelming, but you get a lot of reward. I also think this game does a good job of always making you have something to work for. The quest, the building to the next thing, upgrading your workbenches and things like that. I think it does. You all are mentioning games that I think have elements that this game obviously derives from and takes things from, but it does every single one of those things better. I mean, in a more polished way, I think is why this game is taking off more so than the others.
And another,
Yeah, like that makes sense. Like when you take and polish things from other games that like people enjoy and then stick it into a game, if you do it well enough, like you're going to make,
Yep.
I'm not going to say masterpiece.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but
like,
timing, and like I said, timing too. I cannot understate. Timing is huge here. I think they found a good release window, right? GTA is out of the picture again. You got a lot of other games, Meet in the Hollow or games like that. Not that would have taken away from this different audience, right? But in general, you had some big hitters towards the end of this period that moved away, and I think all the things aligned for this.
but even with the timing, like 2 weeks ago, I believe Battlefield 6 came out.
Yeah,
I think that's just how quickly we moved.
And that's crazy.
That's how quickly we moved.
Right now.
And in 2 more weeks, Call of Duty.
Yeah. Well, this week, right? Or you can play early, I think Friday.
Yeah, if you like, I think pre-ordered it or whatever.
Yeah, I'm curious to see like what people be saying about it. It's like, is it going to be popping off for like a week and then it's just like, all right, well, on to whatever's next or back to.
I won't be surprised.
Tried and
Unfortunately,
true. So yeah,
I won't be surprised, man. I just genuinely think that's how quickly we move, because I don't know if I heard anybody say Battlefield 6 was bad.
No.
Or by any means. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's just how genuinely quick like gamers move nowadays, and how quickly we're on to the next game and to the next thing, especially once again for multiplayer, right? If you're not keeping me for a story or characters that I'm invested in, I'm, whatever my friends are playing, right? And my friends are playing the next big thing. I'm not coming back to Battlefield to play solo. And not to disrespect solo Battlefield players. I know there's a lot of y'all. I'm just saying, most people are not jumping up playing Battlefield solo by themselves.
Craziness. Well, Arc Raiders is out now on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S. $40. Pick it up.
yeah.
Crossplay.
That's not a bad price point for that either.
For that game, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But pay them voice actors. Hoes.
Pay them damn voice actors. Well, the game that doesn't have to worry about paying voice actors, Kirby Air Riders.
They don't make noises. They don't Kirby noises.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
I think they just record them once and that's it. Yeah.
that's literally what we just talked about.
But I played, they had a global network test over the weekend, and I played a couple of hours of it because we're in a crazy year if you're into kart racers.
Oh, man. Yeah.
What is going on with that? Like, we had Mario Kart World.
Garfield Kart?
Garfield Kart 2.
I got a funny side story about Garfield Kart 2.
Right. You got it, don't you?
No, I don't have it. I'll have it. The missus got a new TV, and the TV has it's like a Samsung TV. Apparently, Samsung TVs, you could play games to it. You can actually link your controller to either your phone or the TV itself and actually play games. And the first thing that popped up was Garfield Kart Racing 2. And I was just like,
there's just no way.
What? Oh, here she was like, we're playing it too. I was like, I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm not playing this. I'm a Sonic crossword.
Wild.
But yeah, Kirby.
Disrespecting Garfield. But yeah, I played a couple hours of Kirby. And the first thing I will say is how much I was pleasantly surprised that it's not just Mario Kart with a Kirby skin. And I know that Sakurai had kind of said this before,
That long Nintendo Direct, it better be different.
2 Nintendo Directs.
Yeah.
What was going on? Like, he must, like, I get it.
He has a vision. Yeah.
He has a vision. Nintendo really wants to, they got to keep Sakurai happy.
Yeah.
You got to keep feeding the Smash Bros. Beast. You got to. So if he wants to make Kirby Air Riders, you got to let him make Kirby Air Riders.
You go ahead, bro.
You go ahead. You do what you do. So, yeah, it's very much not just a kart racer. So it is a racing game, inherently. There's a couple of modes, and the network tests only had 4 modes open. The tutorial, the traditional kart racer, city trials, and a 4th mode that I didn't get to play. But ways that is different from the traditional kart racers is, one, like, acceleration is automatic. You don't have to hold down a button, which in hindsight makes sense, because in kart racers, you're just like, one finger is just holding a button. I never like strategically let go of the accelerator in any kart racer, I don't think. And I don't think I suck at kart racers. I think that's the way to go, is everybody else, like, nobody else is doing that, right? We're all just holding the accelerator.
I like in Mario Kart, I'm going to hit the brake a little bit. You know, depending on the turn. But most of the time, I get what you mean, the premise-wise.
Yeah. So
I don't know about the brake, but I ease off the gas a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, acceleration is automatic. You can hold down the B button to slow down, which also charges up a boost. So you hold that B button down if you want to, like, charge up your boost temporarily. That also helps in drifting, which I guess that works the same way in most kart racers. When you drift, it kind of charges up a boost meter, and then you let that go, and then you go fast or whatever. What's also going on is there are enemies sprinkled into the map, which you can eat and steal their powers like traditional Kirby games. The weird thing is everybody can now eat people. It's not just Kirby. It's multiple characters in the game. And no matter what character you're racing as, you have the ability to eat people and steal their power. So that's weird. But it's I get mechanically
different.
why they let that happen. So
For sure.
Instead of breaking blocks to to get power ups or shells or bananas, you are eating enemies and taking their abilities for a little while.
You know, I need to see this in action.
Is that on a cooldown or something? Like, that's my first reaction. Is like, okay.
Yeah,
So that would get pretty annoying to just keep getting eaten every 2 seconds trying to drive.
Oh, you can't eat competitors. You can't eat actual racers.
Okay.
So there's NPCs
like,
on the track that aren't racers.
Gotcha.
But they're
so
sprinkled
like
on the track the same way like the boxes are, right?
Not as neatly. It's not like a line of people.
Gotcha.
It's just like kind of like sporadic.
Gotcha. Okay. Makes sense.
So yeah, you can eat. If you're familiar with Kirby games, you'll know the enemies that you can eat. There's one that like gives you needle powers. There's one that lets you shoot fireballs. There's you can eat a knight and he gives you a sword. And you can do things. You'll have a regular attack. Every enemy you eat gives you a regular attack. You can do things like defeat enemies or hit racers. That also charges up another meter, and if that meter fills up, you get like a super special ability that changes depending on whether you have an enemy you've eaten or not. So that's the cool part about the racing. The bad part is, and I don't know if this is just because I'm a little older than the average gamer or not, but like, there's a lot going on.
He said it's the Zoomer again.
There's a lot going on. Good God. Like, if I pity anybody, like,
That's hilarious.
you know those games, like, most games now have a warning that say, like, hey,
Flashing lights.
if you're susceptible to epileptic seizures, and then you'll play the game and you'll be like, what? I didn't really see anything. This needs that goddamn warning. I pity anybody who has ADHD who tries to play this game. It is insane. It is too much happening.
Just sensory overload.
Like,
He had a vision.
Yeah, see, now really.
He had a vision.
like
Is it
Now you blind forever.
I what you blind forever? People played Sonic Racing Crossworlds and had that complaint. There's no way they're going to play this. This is crazy.
Yeah.
How much is going on? You can very much see the Smash Bros. Sauce in here. Like, the announcer, like, is nonstop, like, yeah, next race, final lap.
Like an arcade game.
It does sound like an arcade game, like, to the nth degree. There's if an arcade game and a slot machine had a baby and, like, Michael Buffer was, like, giving the play-by-play of, like, giving the birth of the baby as it was happening, like, that's the experience. There's a lot going on. There is so...
So don't play this with headphones.
It is, like, wow. I could not... I don't know how else to describe what I see and experience. Like, it's... And the races, there's... The courses change so quickly and so much. Like, there's this one track that looks like it's kind of like fall themed. The sky is orange, there's leaves falling or whatever, and the race seems normal. And then you start grinding on these rails, and then the rails take you up into the sky, and now it's like fucking rainbows and clouds and stars shooting. And I am not I'm not over exaggerating. It's just fucking, it's so much.
You got a vision,
so
man.
much.
You got a vision.
And I do. One thing I will say is I understand why this is not on the Switch One. There is no way the Switch One can handle this. There is a lot that's going on, and it's changing very quickly. This game's definitely running at 60 frames per second.
Oh, good.
Locked.
Okay.
Like, at least from my experience, I did not notice
Was it
any
dropping?
dips. No drops, no dips, no
dope.
skips.
That's dope.
Really good. Definitely performed well. But yeah, if you could get around that, if you have the attention span to really, like, lock in.
Were there no settings you felt like you could change in the game to maybe slow it down or make it less visually cluttered for you?
Good question. Yes, there was in the settings. You could. I forgot how it was described, but you can. There were 3 different kind of like default settings to change the visual, the intensity of the visuals.
Okay.
I didn't mess with it because I really wanted to experience the game the way Sakurai intended you to experience it.
Mm-hmm.
But wow, it's a lot, man. But I do appreciate that, unlike most kart racers, and I guess I'll walk that back a little bit because there is a skill ceiling in most kart racers. Like, you can get pro at Mario Kart, you can get pro at Sonic Racing Cross Worlds to a degree, but here there are going to be a lot of people min-maxing, trying to find the perfect character, lining them up with the perfect kart, really finding the perfect time to make turns and drift and hold back. And like, there's a lot of opportunity here for like real people that want to be pros at Kirby Air Riders to do that, if there will be a community that embraces that.
Nice. Okay.
So I do see that. Won't be me though. City Trials. City Trials, the other mode that I played, is you and 6 other racers. They drop you in an open-ish area, and you have about 5 minutes, or at least in the global test that I played, the default setting was 5 minutes, to go around an area and pick up as many power-ups as you could. During that time, you can see other racers and like hit them and defeat them and steal some of their power-ups and like destroy their cart, and they would have to like go around and find another cart and kind of start over with picking up their power-ups and stuff. And at the end of the 5 minutes, you would play a mini game, and whoever had the most power-ups obviously had like the advantage at whatever the game was. The one that I kept getting was basically a drag race. So it was a race, but it was just one long track, and whoever had the fastest cart or the fastest perks won. So that was cool. I don't think that's going to have a lot of staying power. That was my one concern, because there were a couple of different maps, but it still was all kind of the same. It's just one circular open area. The power-ups were sprinkled around the place. So I would like to see how much variety could come from that. But I can see the vision. I can see the sauce. I can see the Sakurai sauce. I can see the Super Smash Bros. Influence, especially in the menus.
Yep.
Not going to be for me. I don't think it's going to happen. And I'm a Kirby boy.
It's fair.
I'm a Nintendo man.
That's fair. That's fair. I want to make sure we get into the main topic, but I can't. I wanted to update y'all. A game that I missed last year that I put off on my list that I just recently started. Me and my girlfriend have started Baldur's Gate 3. We started our first Baldur's Gate 3.
Hell yeah.
Yes. I've officially begun that journey. Almost made me quit. We almost rage quit. It was some of the first fights, but we made it. And so I'm excited to continue that. Obviously a last year title, but it's definitely something I have been playing.
Where are you at exactly? Like how far along are y'all?
We like the first main like village you find, like we made it out of like the ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
The beginning part where you're in the ship or whatever, made it to land. Mm-hmm. We just freed the goblin lady, the green lady. Mm-hmm. She's in our camp now. And we have the other two companions that you have early. We didn't take a Asterion. What's his name? Something like
the
that?
vampire dude.
We did. Yeah, we told him shoot.
What? That's the dude.
Yeah, we didn't take.
He's the man.
We didn't take him. That wasn't my decision. That was her decision. She said she wanted something.
He does violate. He does violate immediately.
Yes, I know. I'm good. But yeah, I'm excited though. That's not typically my kind of game, but I definitely want to give it a shot. It's very renowned, so I feel like I need to have it on my palette.
You was about to say something,
Yeah, I was just gonna say like I'm just gonna keep hammering this game in over and over and over and over until more people get it. Even though I think it crossed like the million. I think it crossed. Oh, I might be tripping. I might be thinking about another game. Now I think about it. But only the game that's been consuming my life for like the past month now. Absalom. I'm still playing.
Absolutely.
Oh, Absalom, yeah.
It's making me late for work. It's like I could get one run in before I gotta go dip out to work. I'm finding like crazier builds now, and some of the builds are getting absolutely insane. Playing with me and Darth have been playing recently, and like we've been like having like a blast playing it, and it's gotten to the point where like the soundtrack is now like in my Apple Music playlist.
Good.
Listen to it like when I can. So just really been enjoying this game. It's been a really, really, really good game that like if you like beat 'em ups or you like roguelikes, you gotta give it a try.
Have you played Hades?
Yeah.
Okay.
Both of them.
Okay. So what do you think this one is above Hades for you?
For me, yes.
Really?
Ooh.
So is it the beat 'em up like fighting game aspect of it?
That's exactly
sense.
what it is.
Okay, that makes sense. I was just making sure that was the thing. That makes sense for sure.
Like for me, yes. Like Absalom over Hades 2.
Mm-hmm.
I just know like as an actual game, it's no. I'm gonna stand on that. I think it's about
yeah. Speak your piece, bro.
I think it's fair.
On that.
I think that's fair depending on what you prioritize in a good game. Like, I do think the combat is way more in depth in Absolum than it is in Hades. Like, for sure, I think that's hard to argue. But I think if you're looking for story and you're looking for like interesting characters, I do think Hades still has that in spades over Absolum.
I think the world in Absolum is cool, but I do agree with you. It is better in Hades, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, I think I really like the lore.
Yeah.
In Absolum. Like, and it's a lot of times I'll just skip past stuff like that. I'm like, oh, this is interesting, and keep moving. And like, I've been paying attention. And if you got me paying attention, Which, like, don't get me wrong, Hades is kind of like that too, but at the same time, it's like I know a lot of that stuff, like, because like I've always been like interested in like Greek mythology anyway. Like, I read like the Iliad and the Odyssey like way too young to be reading that. So like, at one point, yeah, like as a kid, like I read it. It was crazy, but for it to be like a fantasy game and to be catching me lore wise, because I'm not big on like fantasy, like, you know, knights and wizards and stuff like that. It's not really my thing unless like there's some type of appeal that's pulling me in. Yeah, like I said, I just been really enjoying this game. I just want as many people to play it as possible. I wanted to do well, so maybe we could get another one. So
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I definitely think people should support it. It's still downloaded on my PC, and I definitely want to get back to it eventually. I think for me, where it falters in comparison to Hades and other roguelites this year is the run variety. Like, I know they have like the different routes you can take, right, to switch it up every now and then, but even still, as me and my girl were playing through it, it's kind of like you're seeing the same enemies. These enemies aren't like the most fun to interact with or like fight against, right? I think that's where Hades and other roguelites have outshined it for me. But with that being said, though, as somebody that doesn't like fighting games traditionally, I do like beat 'em ups, but I think there's certain things you could do. Like, even with the guy that I don't really like playing, the short guy in the game, he has like a move where you could like bounce them repeatedly, you know, and like juggle the enemies and things like that. All the special moves are so dope. I love using the character that has like the grapple and blade attachment, right? Like, I really, they really make the combat in that game so much fun, and it is so in depth. It really feels like you're having to think about every move that you make, which I typically don't feel like I have to do in a lot of beat 'em ups, right? It does feel very button mashy, and you can still get that satisfaction here, but it has to be much more calculated. And so I really do enjoy it. I just think that I would have liked to see more variety, I think, in some aspects of it for me to really take it to that next level.
Me personally, though, I think like the variety, where it lacks in like enemy types and bosses and stuff like that, the variety is actually in the combat itself. And actually finding like those finding those special moves and putting together like specific combos. Like I play Cinder is the character with the grapple. Like when I found out that like she has a throw where you kind of like spider swing them like halfway across the screen, and she also has like an Azuna drop, I was like, oh, wait a minute, can I loop this a bunch of times? And like just sitting there with a person in the corner, just like just Azuna dropping them on their head like 2 or 3 times until the infinite counter kind of goes off and says like, you can't keep doing this to the person. And then on top of that, I found it one time, and I wish I was recording or streaming when I did it, but like there's actually a trinket that removes the infinite counter, so you could just keep looping somebody infinitely, even a boss. Like if you find this trinket, which I'm maybe I dreamed it, man. When I found this thing, and like that's where I really think it shines. It's like the variety in the actual combat, and then actually, like the builds that you can make. Like I was playing a run the other morning where I had so many minions on the screen. I was just kind of sitting back and letting the minions handle like everything on the screen. I was just like, if something gets through, I'll throw something at them, and that's all I have to do.
There's one cool idea that the game has that I really do appreciate that I don't think Hades does, is you'll be playing a run, and you might be deep into the run, and you'll get a side mission that you can't attempt until a new run, because you've already passed the area that the mission is required in. So it kind of, one, gets you to already look forward to the new run, but also it kind of forces you to change your path, right? To change your route. Like if you have a favorite route, you might get a side mission where, all right, now you got to take this path now instead. You have to now go to the mine area instead of the forest. So I think that's a really cool thing for it to do. I don't like that it already assumes that I'm going to die, but...
And you do.
Well, yeah, and I do. But yeah, I think Absolute's doing some really cool ideas. And I really like it. I'm glad you made me get it, because I probably would not have like pulled the trigger on it, even though it was checking all my boxes.
It's a sleeper hit. I don't think it's getting enough love, like Hino says. So I'm glad Hino's championing at that level, because I do think it's good, and I think it's one that's gonna go under the radar at the end of the year for sure.
Like I don't have a whole lot of like time to play as many games as I want to, but I've already sunk like about 36 hours in.
Nice.
So I'm just like, yeah, like and it didn't feel like I sunk 36 hours in. I was like, oh well, yeah, I probably played for like 8 or 10 hours so far. And yeah,
right.
Lo and
See,
behold,
I'm only at 10. I'm only at 10. I just checked my Steam, so maybe I need to dive a little deeper, and I'll feel different. But I think the last time me and my girl played, I think we beat like the main boss, like the final boss, and I think we called it quits. But I know there's got to be some stuff after that, so I definitely want to get back to it.
You know what I like to champion? Questions at realgameclick.com. That's right, questions at realgameclick.com. You can send us your email, send us your comments, send us your concerns, send us your favorite run in Absolute, I guess, or send us your send me your ADHD medicine if you do have ADHD, so I can take it and give Kirby Air Riders a second run.
what?
And see if
Send me your does not condone.
Send me your prescription. That's legal, right?
I think so.
Send me your prescription.
It's legal these days,
It's a gray area. It's a gray line. It's all good.
Yeah.
Hit us up at questions at realgameclick.com. If you're not an emailer, you can hit us up on any social media platform, whether that be Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, Threads, Twitch. People hit people up on Twitch too. Facebook at Real Game Clique. That's right. If you're watching this and not listening to this, you can find us on your favorite podcast platform, whether that be Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. Game Clique, we're the blue icon. Find us, subscribe, leave a review, positive or negative. I don't care. I do care a little bit. If you're listening to this and not watching this, you can find us on youtube.com/@RealGameClique. Hit subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any of our podcast clips and IRL content. Don't go anywhere, y'all. We're going to be setting up the first ever Game Clique Awards. This is a monumental moment. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome to the planning session for the first ever Game Clique Awards. We like to be very transparent, unlike those other snobby award shows where they just pick their nominees and nobody else is involved. You don't know the science. Nobody knows
Science. Y'all know we're getting paid for it.
But we're being transparent about that. We're being bought, but we're not lying about it. Just like I was bought by Balatro last year.
Man. I was bought by Belatro about 3-4 times. Man, jeez. Over here.
This the one time I'm not selling out. That's crazy.
Yeah, we came up with some cool and some fun categories that we're going to pick nominees for today. And then we're going to create polls on our Instagram, instagram.com/@RealGameClique. Let the voters decide, and we're going to all decide together who wins on a later episode. But let's get right on into it with the antithesis of the game of the year, a category we call the Golem. The most disappointing game of 2025, named after the Lord of the Rings Golem game, which was infamous. I think that might be the first. We're all very hyperbolic about games being bad, but I think the Golem might have been the latest truly bad game.
Oh yeah.
Like I come from an era where I played Superman 64 on the Nintendo 64. Like that's an ass game.
Yes.
I'm sorry to get into that.
I know it was a traumatic time.
That
for you. I'm
was
very sorry.
horrible. Like,
Yeah.
I believe my mom brought that home and like South Park 64, like back to back stinkers. But people these days will play like, there are people that think Fortnite sucks.
Right.
You know, like that's not a bad game.
For sure. Right.
So we're here to talk about like truly these games stunk it up for 2025. Who wants to throw out the first nominee?
I can go.
Yeah.
In an era for me where I have been really enjoying a lot of these Souls-likes, right? Like I've spoken on this show. This show's been a part of that journey for me, honestly. When I first started, getting through Elden Ring, and going back to play like Bloodborne and some of the older ones. I remember just really falling in love with the genre in general. We've had conversations on this show, right, about if it's oversaturated, right? There's a lot of people trying to make them that don't have the From Software sauce. And one that I played like a few hours of and was like, you know what? I don't need to do this. Is Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers.
Ooh.
That is one for me that I at a glance, I was like, wow, this game looks like it's cool. May have some sauce to it. Played it, hit a roadblock, and I think this was the first Souls-like I played where I hit a roadblock and I was like, this game does not feel worth me getting past this. And I stopped. And, maybe one day I'll go back and revisit it, but it just didn't do anything for me that just stood out and made it special. I've been somebody that's very critical of even Black Myth Wukong. This is the first time I could say when Black Myth isn't even a Souls-like, right? But even still to say, I think I would rather play that over Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers. So that's one for me that I just could not get behind this year, but hopefully it comes around eventually for me.
Wu-Chang was one that I was thinking about saying. And I needed you to break the ice because I did not want.
You want the smoke?
I didn't want it.
Smoke?
I didn't want.
I think of it.
I could not tell where you was at with Wu-Chang. But yeah,
For sure.
I definitely picked up Wu-Chang. And this is I like Souls-likes. I like Soulsborns. I like FromSoft games and most games that are inspired by them. But it's getting to the point where the subgenre is becoming too formulaic. And if you don't have anything to add to the Souls-like formula, like there's no point in you making a Souls-like game. Because I'm going to just go play Elden Ring if I want to play a good Souls game.
100%. Yep.
If you're just going to make something that's kind of like Sekiro that's not as good, I'm just going to go back and play Sekiro. And I think that's what Wu-Chang kind of was to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a shame.
So I'm going to write that one down. Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers.
Yep, that is my nomination.
So we saying straight stinkers or just stuff that we're disappointed in?
Most disappointing game of the year.
Whatever you think it means to you. What does it mean to you?
Yes.
Because I'm gonna put the next one out there.
Yeah.
It's a very recent title.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, I was playing it and I was like, damn, this might be the worst one in the series.
Yeah.
Oh.
Little Nightmares 3.
Damn.
Oh, that's on my list.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, I gotta. I'm literally about to.
I'm glad you remember.
Where's my note? Literally at the top. It's at. Well, you can't see. Little Nightmares at the top. I just didn't say it. That is the first game that I put was Little Nightmares 3, and it's so interesting because there's another one. Me and my girlfriend have been playing together, and we got through the first part, and I was like, I don't know if I'm really feeling this. Mm-hmm. But I thought I was tripping, so this is very validating.
I was very excited about the game because I enjoyed the first two games. I was like, oh, we could play this one co-op. It's going to be great.
Right.
I kidnapped Darth. I was like, yo, we play. and we, I actually streamed it. And I just remember while I was streaming playing it, I just remember like having a grin on my face and it just slowly going away as the game went on. And I was like,
man,
it's not.
What is it
as
though?
Atmospheric. I don't know what's it's. I don't know.
That's what I don't know what it is for me. I really don't know what it is about this one, but I just am really not. The last level we played, the Candy Factory level, we got through that. I remember being like, okay, it's much better, much better.
I think that's what we stopped was the Candy Factory. And I was just like,
gotcha.
all right, like, you know,
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely finish it. But right, so far, I agree with you. I'm definitely like, I don't know, man.
I'm not really even interested in finishing it. To be
I don't blame you.
like,
Don't blame me.
I might watch somebody else.
That's a good alternative. Yeah.
But like, yeah, I just, it just wasn't this. You could tell like something was missing. Like, and I know it wasn't quite the same team.
Well, not at
that
all.
did the first two. Not at all.
Yeah, so Tossier Studios, they made like Little Nightmares 1 and 2. It's still the same publisher, Namco Bandai. Tossier left Namco Bandai. They couldn't take the Little Nightmares IP.
Now, now everything is falling into place.
So
because you said like to check out what is it, Reanimal?
Yes. Yeah, Reanimal is actually made by Tossier. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, oh man, you know what? That's the best way to come. It feels like the heart and soul of it kind of got ripped out of it. It kind of looks the same, but it just doesn't feel the same. It doesn't create any
moments.
Yeah, it just didn't have any moments, and it just didn't build up to them the same way the first two did. Like, I'm not even arguing. It's the worst one in the series.
I definitely feel that, and the final thing I'll say on that nomination is I really feel like that game also had a lot going for it, right? You're a known, established IP. You released around Halloween. This should have been the talk of spooky season gaming, right? Like this should have been one of those games that people were talking about at the forefront of that. And it just did not hit the mark at all. I did not see conversation surrounding this game in any capacity, good or bad. And to me, when there's no publicity at all, that speaks volumes even more so. So yeah, I think this one was definitely a miss for sure.
It definitely. I'm curious to hear the opinion of somebody who's not as dialed into the industry, that knows the tidbit about Tossier not making this one, and to see if they feel the same way, because I do feel the same way. I played the demo of it, which was a pretty good chunk of the first hour or so of the game, and you could definitely. It feels like it's just somebody copying somebody else's homework. Like they're trying to recreate the formula. They're doing everything that they, from the outside looking in, it seems like was done, and it just doesn't have the same feel. Very hard to explain. Like they're doing it seems like they're doing everything right, but it does not feel like Little Nightmares. It's very crazy. I just don't know how to explain it. You're little people. You're running away from big people. You're pulling drawers. You're solving puzzles. You're doing like slightly slow platforming. I think a part of it was for me was because y'all two played co-op. I played single player, and your partner, when you're playing single player, is still there to just controlled by a CPU, and the computer is dumb.
When we were playing, in particular, the cabinet area where you gotta hide from the lady.
Yeah,
I was like, man, I bet if you're playing by yourself, I know that this CPU messes this up plenty of times.
Yes,
gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
And if the CPU can get caught, and it will make you start over.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I know, like when I got to that part, it took a minute before us to
Same. We had to do. I'm not gonna lie to you. We looked it up. I was like, I'm not about to keep doing this, dog.
Yeah,
I'm not about to keep doing this.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I got mad. I was like, hold on.
Yeah.
And I did it live. I was streaming. And I was just like, nah, man, we cheating this one. This should take it.
That's fair. That's fair. Very, very fair. Good nomination though. Great nomination.
I think it really is.
What you got
good.
first, champ?
I wish I could more explain what was wrong with it. But yeah, for sure. This one is near and dear to me because kind of sort of related to Little Nightmares. This game is made by a indie dev. I love everything that they've done before this point. And this game just felt like some soulless cash grab. FBC Firebreak.
Oh, yeah.
I almost forgot it came out this year.
Man.
Like, I just flushed it out of my mind. The fact that it ever happened.
Did any of us make it?
You
past
sent me
the,
that code, and I downloaded it, and I thought you were trolling me again. Like, I really thought you were like, I really thought. I was like, there's no way that the Remedy Studios made this game. Like, because I just played
My God.
Alan Wake 2. Remember, me and you
Yes.
had bonded over how much we
Yes.
loved that game the previous year.
Mhm.
And so I was like, wait, y'all went from that
Yes.
to your next release is this.
Yeah.
And nobody, anytime a game releases like that, I always go back to there's multiple boardrooms that people have to sit in before games like this get released. You mean to tell me nobody in there said, hey, y'all, this game's not fun or this game's just not good?
Mhm.
I don't know how this made it. That's a perfect nomination because I don't know how that game got released or how they. I don't. There's a lot of things, but yeah, that's a really good nomination.
It's just it's a head scratcher because what'd you about to say?
It's one. I was gonna say it's one of those games that like you would think it would be more fun with friends, but it's like if you like once you sit down and play it just for a little bit, you just don't want to subject your friends to that.
I was about to say my friends would cuss me out. My friends would curse me out if I say, "Hey y'all, let's pay money for this game, and let's play this." They would curse me out.
Because I think did the three of us, I think we were like, hey, maybe us three should play this together, and we were
And then it
kinda
never
like,
happened. No.
"Ah."
Yeah.
Well, it was almost like it was almost like Remedy knew that paywall was going to stop a lot of people from getting in because they struck deals with both Sony and Microsoft. It was on Game Pass, and it was the PlayStation Plus Game of the Month.
Still ain't play it. Tough.
But the thing to me,
Y'all just reminded me to get out of the Discord server because I like that thing been pinging like.
Come on, man. They be trying to get y'all to come back.
as much as I like Remedy, I love Remedy. I love Alan Wake 1 and 2. I love Control. The one thing across all those games that's probably like the least fun thing to do in those games is shoot. The shooting's not great in Remedy games. And then you create...
Alan Wake 2 is really bad.
Yeah. Then you create
Really,
games
really bad.
that center around it. It just doesn't make sense. What were y'all thinking? They were just trying to capitalize on a popular, genre at the time.
Yeah. That's a good nomination. I like that one a lot, like you said, because of the stature, right, in which we held Remedy.
Yeah.
Remedy coming out of that year, right, and people expecting a genuine Control follower, right, for the people that are, love that series. And so to get what we got and for them to be so bold about dropping it as if this was supposed to be a shaker, right, just for shake things up is crazy. So, yeah, I think it's a really good nomination. I like that one.
Yep. You stink. But... I don't know where we're going to draw the line in regards to the number of nominees. I guess we just go until we're satisfied. Does somebody have something else for the Golem?
Yeah.
Just honorable mention if I had to give some. I won't really go into detail, I guess, but Skate is one that I have on here.
Woo.
As a Golem game. I think that one just completely missed the mark. And the moment it got announced as releasing this early access, all the way downhill. So that was really disappointing for me. One that I probably the one that I put the most time into that I would say now as I've have distance away from it as a Golem is Avowed. That hit at the very top of the year for me, and I think now that I've had some time away from it, I don't know if I just like that game or if nothing else was out at the time, and so I played it. So those are my honorable mentions.
Yeah, Avowed's a really good one. Skate, I could feel you in regards to like, I wish they would have not called it Skate. I think if it wasn't
it
called
had been,
Skate,
like its own.
yes,
Its own thing.
yes,
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And like it always sucks when games or shows and stuff like that have that problem where it's just like, yeah, it would have been good if it wasn't this, but because it was supposed to be this, it wasn't up to like par.
yeah.
Right.
Real quick, I'm gonna throw one in because like since like we made like the disappointing Gollum nominees, I've been thinking about it this whole time, and I've been thinking about The new Fatal Fury. The City of
Ooh,
Wolves.
City of Wolves.
talk
Yeah.
to us. What's up with that one?
I was telling people early in the beta, I was like, I'm sure they're hearing what we're saying about this game. They're going to change some of the stuff up. It'll be a little bit better once it actually launches. And like, to me personally, it just never got better. Like,
Yeah.
like, just had ugly menus. Music was like so. The character design looks like something you could have got from the PlayStation 3.
I mean, that's 3 for 3 in fighting games right there.
Yeah.
Those are 3 big hitters for fighting games. Yeah.
And then it's just like there would. It might be just because like I don't play like a lot of those like SNK fighters like that, but like none of the characters like made me say I want to play that character. I want to go over there and play this game with that character. Like even like the guest characters, which were like Street Fighter 6 versions of like Ken and Chun-Li, I was just like, nah. Like if I want to play Ken and Chun-Li, I'll just play Street Fighter 6.
We did a pre-launch preview for Fatal Fury when you had got into the closed beta, and we were talking about it together, and we were I was watching the footage, and I believe I just flat out asked you, like, what is the appeal for this versus any other fighting game that we're going to get this year? And I think your vibe was just basically Fatal Fury people going to like it.
That's kind of what it was. And to be perfectly honest, I'm not entirely sure that Fatal Fury people actually like it. Like I feel like they go back and they play like King of Fighters, or like they'll play their older games. There's definitely people that enjoy the game and like playing this game, but like man, it just really fell flat at a time like when we have like a new fighter that came out this year that like I'm not saying it's popping off more because it's its own thing, but it had an opportunity to be the big thing this year, and like it just didn't land, at least for me.
I'm gonna say it, I don't like the art style. I do not like the art style.
Let me see.
It's a step back.
Yeah.
It's a step back from what they had before.
Yeah.
It looks like Street Fighter 4.
Yeah. I think we got a good list here. Fatal Fury COTW. So yeah, for
our style looks kind of indie.
Yeah, right.
Glimpse, and I feel like this game is too. I know this game has money poured into it, so there's no way it should look like this.
I mean,
I can see it already.
They have freaking Ronaldo as
Right.
a DLC character. You have Street Fighter fighters as DLC characters. Like
Right.
the money was there, and I can definitely like second what Hino was saying about the menus and the UI. It's all like it's half-assed. I don't like to say half-assed when it comes to like game design because I'm not a game developer myself, and I know developing games are hard, but it don't look good.
Be honest. Yeah.
It don't feel good.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. So, all right, our Golem nominees as they stand now: Wu Chong, Fallen Feathers, Little Nightmares 3, FBC Firebreak, Skate. Stop trying to capitalize the S. It's lowercase s because it's cool. Avowed and Fatal Fury,
Yes.
City of the Wolves. Our next category, Best Moment of the Year. So for this is the best single level, single fight, or any cutscene or moment in a game that came out this year. What are you laughing? You got this.
Because you know where I want to go already.
What? What?
Keep up.
Keep up.
That's on my list. It's not my number one because I knew one of y'all was gonna say it, so I'm not gonna say that. But I'll let you get into that one first.
All right. Well, first let's say this is about to be a spoiler alert.
Spoiler warning.
Yes, huge spoilers
for Dispatch episode 6.
Well, we only gotta get into spoilers though. He can talk about it without divulging like what happens. You know what I mean?
Like I said, just a very, very emotional moment in a very good character driven game. And just don't look it up if you're gonna play Dispatch.
But keep up. If you know, right? I mean, that line I've seen it everywhere. You know what I mean? Like if you know, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like honestly, I feel like I would put like even another moment from this set of chapters in too. We actually referenced it earlier.
Oh, okay, yeah, for sure.
Like that whole little bar fight as well, but
yeah, the whole bar fight was really good.
Yeah, really good episode, man.
Yeah. If you guys are playing Dispatch, and you think like maybe narrative driven games aren't your thing, yeah, it's definitely something that I feel like you gotta watch. Like you can watch somebody else play it, watch your favorite streamer or reactor, or one of us play it. Maybe somebody will go back and maybe we'll make somebody from the Clique play it.
Yeah, it's got to be somebody who hasn't that's got to go in blind, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
But
no, go ahead. You know what you're about to say?
Like whoever wrote this and like the direction and everything did an amazing job. And it's not like they did anything to like reinvent the wheel with the moment.
Nope.
They just did all the classics really well. A little bit of misdirection, the swelling of the music, the actual actors, the actual voice actors anyway, that are alive voice actors, by the way, not AI, because I don't think AI could pull that off.
Well, it was written by the Critical Role D&D team. Yeah.
Like, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And just at this time, like the connections that you made with those characters, it just all crescendoed at the end of this chapter. And then hits you with, the worst cliffhanger.
Yes.
I was not really a fan of the weekly releases.
Yeah.
Until this cliffhanger. I was like, okay, I see what you're doing.
I'm glad you had said that because that was my one gripe. And gripe might be a little harsh, but one thing I noticed about Dispatch in regards to its episodic episode kind of formula was each episode ended kind of like with a nice bow at the end. Like there was nothing that would make me feel like, oh, I can't wait for episode 3 to drop. Everything kind of like every episode ended with a clean cut. This is the first episode that ended and was like, oh, snap. We need to play 7. 7 needs to come right now.
I felt like that week 1. I was with you week 1 where I didn't get the investment, but I feel like after episode 3 and 4, I feel like I was there. I feel like I was like, okay, I'm ready to get to the next one. But I definitely feel you. Those first 2, I think I looked at the cliffhangers and I was like, I feel like I don't know if I'm really looking forward to that next week, right? I enjoyed my time. One thing I also don't want to understand, because I know we're talking about that moment in particular in that story, but I also just want to say, while we're on the topic, that mini game is also fun as hell. Like I did not think
the
I
actual
would
Dispatch
enjoy
gameplay.
the actual Dispatch game, but like I really, really enjoy that aspect too. And the banter, you hear the heroes go back and forth then while they're going on their missions is really dope. But yeah, I definitely agree with you. Like I said, it's on my list for a reason. That particular moment in general, that's been sitting on my spirit all week. Like that is not left me at all. That is that is tough. That's a real tough moment.
And we're just patiently waiting for that next chapter to see.
Is it
tomorrow?
The rest of your emotions about it.
Is it too early to say that Dispatches keep up?
That is better than The Walking Dead, yes.
Whoa! I was going to get a little more specific than that, but That's wow.
I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying I thought you were trying to make that argument. I've seen people had a discussion already. I don't know if we could do that yet, though. I need more seasons.
I want to see 7 and 8 before I say that. I was going to say is keep up equivalent.
Go ahead.
Is keep up equivalent to Lee's death.
Oh, no.
Not even close.
No,
I got to see what happens this week.
Sure, okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying we had that whole game, to really build that relationship, and that bond, and having Clem have to watch that. Come on.
I mean,
that's not
arguably the same amount of time.
I think we can get there with these dispatch. Even in 7 and 8, right? There could be some moments that I think get there. I don't think that character has enough depth compared to what we got with Lee in that story.
Okay.
In my opinion.
I mean, we're playing with Lee.
Okay, that might be the yes.
I mean, 100%. But either way, we're playing with Lee. We still can't take away the fact that we have more depth, right? We have more depth. That character means more in that moment.
Yeah, I think that playing with Lee and then that moment switch where you now realize you have to play as Clementine, that makes that moment even more powerful.
Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, they did a lot well with that one. So, I mean, I don't want to understate once again
for sure
the moment that we're talking about, because once again, I think over time, once we let that age a little bit, if we get more seasons, we can look back and be like, man. But no, I definitely think that. Yeah, I definitely think Lee got it, though. Lee got it for now.
Let me paint a picture for y'all. This is my nominee.
Okay.
Spoilers for Donkey Kong Bonanza Banana.
Oh my God! Out of all the moments you could have chosen,
it's a lot of moments. I could just pick any of the 340 times you hear the phrase "ooh banana," but I'm going to focus specifically on the end game. You were Donkey Kong, and you're Pauline. You've been working for maybe 20 hours to finally get to the boss of the game, this corporate monkey. I forgot his name. Fault or something. I don't know. Corporate monkey, I'm going to call him. And you finally get to him. And you finally about to have this fight. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, this damn green hand punches him. The bad guy off the screen, kills him, one shot. Camera zooms out, and it's that damn King K. Rool. The game does not hint at all that King K. Rool is involved in the game at all. Like, there was no hint that the game had any continuity with the Donkey Kong Country games.
That is hilarious.
And then out of nowhere, King K. Rool becomes the main bad guy.
That's hilarious.
And let me tell you, I did not think a Nintendo game could make me pop. I did not think I had.
I was gonna say, I feel like, and you know what's so crazy about that? How many franchises could get away with that and people not complain?
What?
That's my first reaction when you said that. I was like, that is insane that they could get away with that and it be a part of the gag, right? Like, yeah, that's impressive.
And I don't think anybody that I've seen online or have interacted with personally took it negatively, because you're right. That's a fair thing. Like, you've hid this thing almost the whole ride.
Right.
And man, it was such a good reveal. I think another thing that makes it such a good reveal is so many other things about Donkey Kong Bonanza either leaked or Nintendo just was kind of like being loosey-goosey with revealing. Because when Bonanza first was revealed, we didn't know that the purple rock on Donkey Kong's back was actually Pauline. But Nintendo revealed that in a direct, like it just wasn't even a big deal. We was like, damn, we should have saved that until like we actually got into the game, but nope. That clearly was not the big reveal. Like King K. Rool popping up out of nowhere, you having this big boss fight. I do have some gripes with the final boss fight, but besides that, definitely one of my best reveals that I experienced this year.
Yes. Okay. I think for mine, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this one out because I know nobody's gonna give it love, and this DLC will not get love because Champ refused to play. I keep telling him to. So I'm gonna go with the final boss in the Liza P DLC, Arlecchino, the Blood Artist. That fight I think fully encompasses, if you've ever been the type of person that's like, I don't know what people like in these Souls-like games. Like, I don't really know what the appeal is. I think the presentation, the music, the fact that they make the summons that is so demonized in other Souls-like games, like a part of the story, and you have a combo attack with the summons, like it was such a beautiful boss fight and a beautiful final boss that I was almost sad when I finished it. I was like, oh man, I'm about to beat him. I don't get to see the cutscenes, the second phase transformation anymore, and it really was so fun to like download the move set. And it just really encompassed why Liza P, I think, is arguably one of the best Souls like outside of the FromSoft titles. And so that final boss fight, even if you don't play the game, even just watching somebody play it, it's incredible production wise from top to bottom. I really, really, really love that conclusion to that DLC.
Liza P is really good. But I am so far away. I'm so far away from actually beating it, let alone getting to post-game DLC.
That's fair. I forgot you didn't finish the base game. I'll get that.
Woof. But Liza P is so good. So the final boss, what I'm trying to ask you, is there a way that you can say what it's doing uniquely?
Like different?
Yeah, compared to any other kind of
I think it's just I think Liza P's boss fights as a whole are really good, right? I think this is one that just hits the production on all cylinders, right? When you played FromSoft games, when you have the arena come together with the music and the presentation, like they say some slick shit to you when they have the intro cutscene, and you're like, oh, are we about to, like it's that level of energy and production, like into this final boss that they built towards. Like I said, there's a summons you can use that makes the fight even more hype and like has a combo attack that really swells with the music as well. And I just think presentation wise, it just kills it. I also think it's really easy for some final bosses and Souls likes to have like cheat moves or things that make you go, all right, man, like really, like this is what we're doing. But throughout the whole thing, I was like, oh, well, he got me. I should have done this, or well, that was fair, And so I think they just really hit it on all cylinders. And not that the other boss fights aren't incredible, but this one in particular, I feel like when you see it and when you experience it, you really feel like this is one that is a modern classic of a boss fight for sure.
Is this what I'm looking at? So I got the trailer up, and it's like this green witch bitch just comes out of a cocoon. Is that it?
That's not the final boss fight. No, I'll send a picture in chat for y'all. Y'all can see what he looks like. Yeah, I'll find a picture of him. But this dude is really, really dope. So that is easily my that's mine for sure.
You got one because I got another one.
Yeah, I got one. Might have to help me out with this one because I can't remember the name of the stance.
Oh, this a badass dude.
Man, I'm telling y'all, like, and he has a second phase. I'm telling y'all,
check the shoes.
That dude is, and his voice actor. Just like I said, just when we get off, just watch somebody play through the boss fight. Watch the cutscene and the voice acting. Like they really hit all cylinders with that boss fight.
That's gonna be my award show code.
Yes.
Oh, that is hard.
Right after
you can pull it off.
And the nominees,
you can pull it off.
But my next best moment is from Ghost of Yotei.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just break down the scene because it's been a minute. But it's when you're going after the dragon and the dragon and the spider. And they're reenacting like the beginning scene where they're killing off your family and everything. And she gets this upgraded Onryo How. I can't remember what it's actually called when you get the upgraded version of Onryo How, where she just goes on a rampage.
Rampage, yeah.
Everything. And I was like you talk about
it's a big
moments that make you pop. I was like,
yeah.
I was like,
yeah,
everybody
sure.
getting clapped.
I agree with you, and I really think I like that addition because I feel like they built to that moment so well throughout the entire game, and it could be because my goofy butt was doing all the side missions and stuff for a while, so I had a lot of time in it, right, before I got to that point. But I felt like I had been through such a journey with Atsu by the time I got to that point. So when it did hit, like you said, it hit. So yeah, that's a really good addition. I like that one. My only honorable mention that I have to add is from Expedition 33. I don't want to once again don't want to spoil because I know there's plenty of people that have not. But I think it's end of Act 1. All I will say is for those that come after. You talk about a moment other than keep up where I was inconsolable, y'all. I was at this desk choked up. I could not believe that they had did that in that game. And I feel like that was a moment, man. That was a moment with Expedition 33 where I was like, this is my game of the year. Like we have something with this game of the narrative. So that is easily one of my favorite moments of the year for sure.
Very few games were so bold with killing people.
Yes, we see that in so many other mediums, right? But not really in games like that. So that was that was crazy.
Very unheard of.
And it just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Bro, I invested points into this dude and everything.
Yes.
I was so mad, dog. Like,
yes.
Oh my God. Don't even get me started, bro.
One last thing I do want to nominate. We talked about it a little bit before the show. We're kind of like getting our feelers for each of these categories. Hollow Knight Silksong has a lot of cool boss fights.
I have a Silksong boss fight on mine too.
Oh, okay, let's talk about it. I want to talk.
No, yeah. What's yours first? I want to hear yours.
I want to talk about the cogwork dancers.
Okay.
This is kind of like in the middle of Act 2. There are a lot of boss fights in Silksong where you're fighting multiple people at the same time. The cool thing about the cogwork dancers is so different than everybody else is they're literally like kind of doing this dance sequence all throughout, and you're slowly learning the patterns that they're making so you can know what areas of the arena to avoid and where they're going to go next and where they're going to strike, and it's kind of a little telegraphed where they're going. Then the second phase, they're still doing the same thing because they're robots, which is kind of a little environmental storytelling that Silksong is doing. And like Silksong and Hollow Knight are so good at environmental storytelling. That's one of the reasons why I like both those games so much. But the enemies in this Act 2 area, they're all robots. They're all kind of like sticking to the same like path, the same formula. So the bosses still do the same path, but they're doing it faster now. So now you got to kind of like change your rhythm. Then they go into a third phase where they're going, not only are they going faster, but they're now out of sync. So one's moving, they're not moving in tandem anymore. And you kind of realize now it's because you are slowly, literally breaking them. Mm-hmm. So you then murder one, and then the one that survives doesn't know what to do. So it goes back into like his little kind of clock house thing to charge and comes out and still is doing the dance, but is doing it by itself. And it's like so kind of like, I don't want to say heartbreaking because they're an enemy that you've only known for maybe like this 15-minute segment. So you're not really attached, but you can really see. Story. Yes.
Yeah.
In this short boss fight, it's telling like everybody, it's so akin and it's such a sign of the care and the detail that goes into anything that's written in that game.
Yep.
So yeah,
mine is I really like that one, especially because like you said, I of course thought about it in a moment, but reflecting on that boss fight, and like you said, even when you defeat them, like you said, in the one coming out by themselves, like it's so crazy.
Yeah.
Right, and something where there's no dialogue to spell it out for you, right? You just see it gradually take place throughout that. So I think it's very impressive. For me, though, it is I don't know if it's the second or third time. I don't know if you fight this person the third time, but the last time you fight Lace, before you finally get to the final boss fight, that is another one where I feel like presentation-wise, it just hit on all cylinders. Like the arena, it feels like you're dancing. I love types of boss fights where it feel like you and the other person are dancing and like, there's actual choreography that I'm having, with the CPU. And it was frustrating at times, right? Like Lace jumping and just doing this dash and things like that. But once you finally master it and, you get the 1, 2, 3, really quick, hits and get out, like it's so satisfying to do. And I think they really nailed the presentation within that last boss fight and really prepared you for, that last stretch of it, right? Getting into the final boss. So I really, really enjoyed that last Lace fight.
That was the boss fight, that we were all playing when we were streaming together, you, me, and Alex.
Yeah.
And
oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
yeah,
Like as you was talking, I was just kind of sitting like thinking about like that fight. I was like, oh, is that?
yeah.
Yeah. A really good one. I really, really do like them.
It's so. And I said this that night when we were all over the house. Like that boss fight in particular felt like a fighting game. Like it felt like a fighting game,
100%.
a match where like you're kind of like playing footsies with her. You're avoiding the parry. She's punishing you. It felt really good, and it felt good beating her.
100%. Yeah.
Second. All right, I think we got a good batch of nominees here. So we got Dispatch, Keep Up, Donkey Kong Bonanza, King K. Roll Reveal, Liza P. Overture Final Boss, Ghost of Yote, Upgraded Massacre is what I've said. Expedition 33.
I'll find the name of that.
Okay. I haven't played it yet. For those that come after, Silk Song, Cogwork Dancers, and the second Lace Fight for best moments of 2025.
Shout out Silk Song.
Shout out to Silk Song. Two shout outs. All right, the We'll Take Your Word For It award is one that I came up for. It was inspired by two separate moments in the show. So the We'll Take Your Word For It award is games that one of us or more than one of us asked the rest of the clique to play, and for one reason or another, we never get to it.
Well, we're doing the nominations.
Yes.
But like when we actually do the rewards, that's
Yes.
me and Sergio, right?
Yeah, look, let me tell you something. I'm gonna go ahead and get mine out the way.
Yes.
There's a game that I'm apologizing to Reese. I'm apologizing to my girlfriend. I'm apologizing to a lot of people, and that is Fields of Mystery.
That's a good one.
I just simply, I don't know what it is, y'all. I cannot get myself in a headspace to sit there and like play I don't want to say mindless, it's a bad word, but like no incentive. Like I'm just farming like in peace. Like I need somebody to come rob me, bro.
Yes.
Like I need, I need something to happen in these games. I can't get myself to sit down and play those types of games, but and watching Fields of Mystery and seeing like the art style and everything, I just can acknowledge that, man, like this looks like it looks like a game that is polished for being one of those cozy games, right? Like and it really has made me want to give Witchbrook a try, right, when that releases, because I'm like, man, I want to be in the Fields of Mystery bubble so bad, but Witchbrook is multiplayer, so I'm hoping I'll be able to jump into that and really find, my home with cozy games. But Fields of Mystery is definitely the one that I feel like I am disservicing by not at least giving it a try. But I just, every time I think about it, I'm like, just today's not the day.
Yeah. Yeah. What you about to say?
About to say, I'm gonna start with my minor one.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the bigger one.
Oh boy.
Once y'all play Mecha Break with me, man.
I really want to do it for you, man. But Lord, have mercy.
That is a good one. I haven't done. I legit haven't downloaded. I keep saying that. I keep saying I haven't downloaded.
and believe it or not, the game is actually good, and they've been steadily adding a bunch of new mechs to change up some of the gameplay. So I mean, it's definitely worth a try at the very least. And if you play like the Extraction style game and they got PvE stuff coming, like big PvE.
I heard about that too.
Like, so yeah, like they're still, the people that are playing it are still playing and playing it regularly and enjoying it. I haven't turned it on in a minute, but that's because I just want to play with somebody.
Right, for sure. That's a good one. I forgot about that one. It's a good answer.
I'm gonna say this.
Oh.
And even though I know I'm a culprit, but I'm gonna put it on Hino too. I know he's a culprit too. I know we're all 6 of the 7 of us are culprits. Rematch.
Oh man.
What?
Yeah, y'all. I've been trying to get y'all on that. For you, Tim, for you, it should have been Night Rain. It need to be Night Rain for you too.
I played Night Rain. I played Night Rain.
Yeah, you played it. I
have a ton of hours in it, and just because I'm stuck on the first Lord.
Oh, man.
10 hours in that. But yeah, rematch.
I'm 100% sure this is on. It's at least on my. It's on my wish list. I just got it.
And that's why I think it's such a good one, because rematch, hands down,
I cannot believe y'all.
really good game. Everybody is saying it's really good. Nobody who I've known who has played rematch has said it's a bad game. But for some reason, none of us other than Sergio can find time to play it. I don't know what is this.
I want to preface, I've told y'all, it is a very good, flawed game, right?
No,
There's
for sure.
definitely flaws to it, 100%. But I think at the core of it, that foundation of that game is so strong, I think you will enjoy it no matter what.
I'm afraid to commit.
But you want me to commit to some mecha break. Man. Come on, man.
We made that deal, didn't we? What's that? Like, I was like,
But you play rematch and Sergio played Mecha Break.
I would try it. No, like, I'll try everything once.
No, I'll tell you exactly, and it's not a problem with rematch. It's just there was another game that I played that was kind of like a rematch way back in the day. Ironically, that too is shutting down sometime this year.
Oh yes, the baseball joint.
Basketball.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, 303 freestyle. Yeah, I got a lot of games.
It's on Game Pass though, so yeah, it's on Game Pass. So if you still want to jump in a rematch, still got time for the end of the year, definitely download that joint on Game Pass.
But I was gonna say, I just kind of remember really enjoying 3-on-3 in the beginning, and just getting really into it, and then I'm like, I'm going to hop on rematch and be like, let me see what this is about, and then really get into it, and then it's going to shut down too.
But I think rematch is doing. I don't think it's going to shut down anytime soon. It's got some pretty good support.
Nah.
It's got some.
Yeah.
They already released their season 1 plans.
Yeah. I think they're solidified for a little bit, but I think they just have stunted their potential like massively. And I think, and once again, in this era of multiplayer, all you have is your debut, and if your debut is not up to par, like, people will move on, and that's the unfortunate part about it.
Yeah.
One that I will add, my only honorable mention I have, this one isn't even, I guess, really for our group, but more personal. Just people have been telling me to play it, and I know it's incredible, but I just do not think I can commit to a game this big. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I just will not be able to commit to playing that game by the end of the year. I can tell that it just looks very in-depth and immersive, and I know I would love being in that world, and I'm sure eventually I will get to it and be like, man, I should have played that right when it came out, but it's just such a big concept to even think about playing right now. And so, yeah, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is definitely one that's my biggest blind spot this year for sure.
That's so good, because like I always post the our power ranking updates on socials whenever we kind of update the list.
Yeah.
Top comment is always, where is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2? It is always.
That's our biggest blind spot. Yeah.
None of us have played it. Damn, that's a really good one. I wasn't even thinking about that. I have 2 that I don't know. I think I want to pick which one, because I can't decide which one really qualifies. Both of these are games that I spoke of earlier in the year that I don't think anybody else has played. One was The Altars.
I had it downloaded on Game Pass, just never played it. Ever disservice. I know that's what you told me, and I really owed you on that one. I will acknowledge I owed you.
It's so good, and it's just if this year was way less competitive, I would fight for it to be on the power rankings. It's so good. The story is really good, and it's a genre game that I don't even normally play. Like, I'm not a big I don't want to call it farming sim because you're not farming, but you're like you're managing a freaking space base. You're upgrading. Yeah, base management, farming assets, mining. This is not my thing. But this game, really love the gameplay loop. I really love the acting. I love the sci-fi concept, and part of it is a disservice that I don't think I've been singing its praise enough because this year has been so fast paced and everything is just keeps randomly coming out. But I know it's
another one of those that, like you said, just like Rematch, right? Anybody I know that's played the Alters has like glowing things to say about it, right? So that alone to me is letting me know. I think that's a really good nomination because, like, just like Rematch, I think I haven't heard one bad review. Like, nobody's played it and said, "Oh, you shouldn't play this." It's always been, "No, you need to find time to put this game in your rotation." So it's one that I definitely want to get back to. Anything with a good narrative, I definitely want to try. And I think it's beautiful that it's another one of those games that in a year where we already have so many people saying, "Oh, wow, that's not really my type of genre," but I really am loving, Expedition, but I don't like turn-based, or I don't like puzzle games, but Blueprints is really, really good, right? I think having another notch in that within this year, I think once again speaks to how good we've had of a year in gaming.
So I'll write that down.
You say you had another one. What was your? You say you had a small one and a
Tribe 9.
Tribe 9.
You know what's crazy? I really was trying to think about what the game was that you had kept mentioning.
That's what I was referencing. Yeah, the baseball one.
Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
Man.
Man, that game got ranking in these streets.
And we all waited too long, and now it doesn't exist anymore.
No, wait. There's 16 days left.
Oh wow.
16 days.
We should do a closing day stream. We finally play it on a day.
On its death
on the
day.
day it goes down.
And I mean, it's still there for
offline play.
Offline.
Yeah, you could play
it.
At least. Yeah, you could just play it offline, and apparently, the story writers are going to give us the rest of the story in comic form.
Oh, that's cool.
Because had this game kept going like it was supposed to, I think it probably would have had one of the best stories of this year. Like, it was really well written. But they was like, yeah, let's make it a gacha game, and yeah, that's what killed it.
Money is always the death of you. Money's always a death of you. I think we got a good list there.
Yep.
For the We'll Take Your Word For It nominees, Fields of Mystria, Mecha Break, Rematch, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, The Alters, and Tribe 9.
Good list.
Yeah.
We got a lot of negative categories. We really should have we got a lot of negativity going on over here, because the next one is Trends That Need to Die. This is a genre or a mechanic that so many games have used in 2025, and when we turn the page on this year, we need to see this happen less.
I could kick us off. This is one that I fully believe that needs to cease to exist after this year. I don't need to see another multiplayer game come out and not have crossplay. The days of not being able to play with my friends across systems is dead, and I think it is a surefire way to kill, not guarantee this, the killing of your game, right? But I think there's very few multiplayer games that can come out nowadays and survive without having it. And I think a perfect example of a game that suffered by not having it at launch was Rematch, right? I think that absolutely has something to do with killing a lot of that early player base within that game. And I just think we're at a spot now, technology-wise. Maybe if it's like indie, I understand you don't have the resources to make it cross-play. 100% don't want to minimize that, right? I think that's valid. But these major companies that are putting out these big multiplayer games, like, there's no excuse anymore, I think, to not invest in crossplay and make that a priority. So I would like to see that trend be done after 2025.
I think that's a good one, because I don't even check for games whether they have crossplay or not, because in my mind it's just like, you have it.
It should.
Right.
Yeah,
it should be there. Just
right.
Crazy.
Yep.
I'm gonna say it because everybody's thinking it and nobody's gonna say it.
Oh boy.
We need to chill on the Souls likes a little bit. We need to dial it back a little bit.
Oh, I was gonna say it later.
You wanted to let us have
We need
fun.
to
You know he
hold
left the man
on.
on parade.
And I say that as somebody who really likes Souls likes. I love From Software stuff. And actually, like, when I say this, I'm not even talking about games made by FromSoft. I'm talking about people who are trying to copy that FromSoft sauce. And it's too many of y'all. Chill.
I want to see people get more creative with action games again. Right?
Yes.
Like, I think there's different ways to get creative with action games that still feel unique. I think the most recent one that I can think of is like, at least that did something so different. I was like, oh wow, is what's the game? The rhythm game. You know what I'm talking about. With the guy Kai. Yeah.
Hi-Fi Rush.
The main character's name is
Hi-Fi
Kai.
Rush.
Yes, Hi-Fi Rush. Yeah. Like that was the last one I feel like where I was, oh wow, this is like different, right? They're trying something different here. I really like the different art style and even, of course, the combat mechanics. And I feel like people don't do that enough, right? They see the money being printed, right? Because Souls-likes are selling. And I want to reiterate every time we have this conversation, you could try to make a Souls-like. That does not mean you have the From Software, like Dark Souls sauce to your game. And that is such a pivotal aspect of what makes those games what they are. And so I can agree with you in that. I just really would like to see people get more creative and just make good action games. Like make something different that can still have elements that are inspired by, Souls-like games, but I just want to see more, unique action games that make me want to try something different.
Yeah, I just think being a Souls-like requires a game, or at least devs think this does, that they think they have to follow such a stringent list of qualifiers to be a Souls-like. You have to have the Estus Flask. You have to have the bonfires. Enemies have to respawn every time you save. And it's just, you follow that list so religiously, all the games are the same. Stop it. Take risks like Liza P.
Agreed.
Speaking of the same thing over and over and over, sports sims do not need to be released every year.
Ooh, that's a spicy one.
That ain't going nowhere though. Unfortunately,
It's not.
I'm with
but
you.
I'm gonna put it out there, like,
For sure.
and what I mean by like not released like every year is you don't have to do like, all right, so here comes Madden 26, Madden 27, like, and I even think this probably would save the developers money too. Just make it an update, like one more like a Madden game, one more they don't do NBA Live anymore. Show my age. 2K.
Yeah.
Like, you don't, like, all you need to do is have one big upgrade. Maybe it's a paid update. So like you do make some money, and then like you update all the rosters, you maybe add like a new mechanic or something to the game, and you maybe put in a new feature, and everybody's still going to buy the game. Like, the people that buy these games are still going to buy the game, but like, now you're saving the money, and now they're spending more money on microtransactions if that's what they want to do with the game, which, that could go too for real, but I'm just saying.
I agree. The thing is, it's not going to go anywhere because people are buying them
Every year.
every single year.
Some of the best-selling games every single year, dog. But I'm with you, though. I'm with you. I think these are some good ones to start off. I'm going to run through my honorable mentions really quick. The first one I have is more of a community thing, not talking in-game. I'm tired of it. I feel like when I was younger, like we were in Call of Duty lobbies, like chatting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In game chat, like just yapping. I feel like people don't do that no more. Arc Raiders is starting to, I think, slowly make people do it. But I feel like we're so caught up in our, like, I'm in my Discord with my boys, which is still good. I love people finding community that way, right? But I really feel like we've lost the age of being able to make friends in game lobbies, right? By just talking to people. Another one for me, this is more personal. I need game developers to stop making motion blur default turn on. I don't know any gamer I've ever met in my life that enjoy. Maybe y'all do. Y'all can enlighten me. Do y'all enjoy motion blur on your games? Like when you're playing single player stuff?
It depends. I think it is overused.
Oh my God.
I think sometimes it does add realism.
Okay.
When you're doing something that is like in a racing game, I think it does make a racing game.
Okay. I can see it. Yeah.
It does intensify the speed as you're moving. But like in an FPS, when you're walking, nothing should be motion blurred. Like nobody's running that fast that your peripherals are being motion blurred.
Your eyes.
Like what is happening?
I have a different take on that.
What?
Like I think like motion blur, instead of having like on off, it should be a slider. Or how intense it can be or goes.
I can see that.
Should be. And I don't think many games do that. Like if it had a slider on it, it'd probably be like a little bit better. Like you still get like your realness, but you at the same time like
you can make levels to it.
Intense, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but you're right, because maybe I wouldn't be so opposed to the feature in general, right? If I could adjust it a little bit to see, okay, maybe this motion blur is more digestible for me. So I never thought about it that way, but that's a good one. I think the last one I had, the last honorable mention, microtransactions in paid titles specifically. I'm tired of like forking over like $40-$50 or whatever, and then loading into the game. The first thing I see is store. And you're asking me for $25 more to like get coins to get cosmetics. Like I miss the days of you just putting cosmetics in the game, letting me earn them, right? Still having variety and letting people find rare loot and things like that. But it being built into the game that I paid for, into the package, right? So yeah, in paid titles specifically for me, like this microtransaction stuff has to die. We got to get rid of it.
The biggest culprit recently, and I haven't really talked about the game on this show yet because we're kind of like so far away from its launch. It's best to just wait for the power rankings discussion. But Pokemon ZA just came out like 3 weeks ago, I want to say, right?
Yep.
They've already shown off the DLC. First of all, Pokemon ZA is a $70 game. Yeah. Then they announced the post-launch DLC. They already gave it a date of like December 11th, which implies that.
So you had the content on. Like, no, don't play with me.
So
like,
it's done. So it was done. Then why was it not in the game? And the DLC is $30.
What? Nah. Oh, no.
So the complete game, which was done, $100.
No. This is where I need Nintendo fans. It is time to take a stand. It is time to take a stand. We cannot let that fly.
Insane.
That is crazy.
And the big thing, one of the big changes when Pokemon ZA a return, because this was in like prior Pokemon games, is Mega Evolutions, where a Pokemon can be evolved to its like final state, but then temporarily in a battle, you can make it evolve one step higher and make it more powerful. So these Mega Evolutions like have like, it's controversial whether their designs are cool or not, but they're more intricate, more bigger designs for these Pokemon. Some of those Mega Evolutions are locked behind the DLC, including Pikachu's. Like the most popular Pokemon ever.
It's time to stand up. Y'all. I'm telling you. Yeah, if y'all don't fight back now, Nintendo fans, this will be the death of it. I'm telling you right now.
Some would say the most popular creature ever, next to like Mickey Mouse and Hello Kitty, Pikachu. You locked his Mega Evolution behind a $30 DLC.
It's time to take a stand.
100%.
I know he had a Mega Evolution, so how to touch Pokemon.
Look, he kept saying it. I was like, I didn't know that was a thing. That's cool though.
It is cool. Most of them are ugly though. But
you said Mega Evolution. I was like, oh, Charizard. I think he's black.
Yes, but that is a Mega Evolution. Charizard turning black. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's hilarious.
Let's skip forward to the final category because we're kind of running heavy. The She's Very Beautiful to Me.
Beautiful to Me.
Award. The nominees for that. So this category is for games that we love so dearly, but we know for a fact that they have no shot in hell being honored for Game of the Year. So we want to honor them in a special category just for these guys. The almost is not enough kind of sort of category. So what do we got?
Yeah. You want to start with this one?
It's solid.
Oh,
I'm right there.
gotcha.
Like, it's no way it's not going to get overshadowed by, like, Hades 2 actually dropping this year.
Oh man, yeah.
Which is
Yeah, that was man. And you're right. A different year, right? They didn't expect that to drop this year. Oh man, yeah, that's tough. Oh, damn.
But I mean, like, what can I say about the game outside of, like, that I haven't said, like, earlier, man? Like, impeccable music, amazing combat. I love the lore of the world. I love the art style too. The art style is really good as well, and like the characters are interesting. Even the little dude with the gun, kind of cool.
Yeah, nobody picks him, but he alright, I guess.
Well, once you get more of his stuff, once you get more of his stuff, he's a little cool. I'm not gonna play him, but he's a little cool.
Okay, exactly. No, I can't speak enough. Once again, definitely highly recommend people go play that one. I think that is, I'm once again glad that Hino was already the champion in that game for sure. And I can't recommend it enough either. I'm really enjoying my time with it. My first one that I'll throw out, I'm not gonna throw my obvious one. My obvious one is of course rematch, right? Like the amount of playtime I have in that game, there's no way I could not have that as like a just a honorable mention for myself in general. But the one that I recently picked up that I put an obscene amount of hours into, it really reminds me of the addiction I had to Balatro, right? With how passively I could play Balatro and just be like, oh, wow, like it's been a couple hours. Let me get up and do something real quick. Megabonk. I have fallen in love with Megabonk.
Okay.
I feel like this is a roguelike that it's so like this would definitely for a lot of people be thrown into that slop category, right? The humor isn't really like my thing really in the game, but for a roguelike where you can just turn your brain off, Hino mentioned earlier in Absolute being able to make builds that feel broken and how important that is in a roguelike, right? To that satisfaction of like, oh man, like this could be one of those ones because I feel broken right now. This game does that so well. There's times where you're you don't even have to press a button in the game. Like you just move the stick, so it also makes it really easy to play the game passively. It can run on just about anything and made by any dev. So Megabonk is definitely one of mine that I would recommend to people that may fall under the radar this year. I think it's a very cheap, fun game that you could throw on the Steam Deck or even just throw on your desktop and play and have a really good time with. So that is definitely the one that I want to highlight the most.
I need to play Megabonk because I'm kind of looking for a game that scratches that Vampire Survivor itch.
You gotta play it.
Yeah, yeah. I've been playing Ball Pit, and it's kind of doing it, but not really.
Yeah, that's something on my radar.
Yeah,
I haven't picked it up yet.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's all right. A game that I do want to nominate is
Sonic Racing Crossroads.
I want to say I do want to say that too.
Okay.
I do want to say that too. I was going to say an actual like I don't want to say actual good game because Sonic Racing Crossroads good, but I want to say one that's like we can all agree. It is the best card. Let's talk about it now. Sonic Racing Crossroads. We'll put it on there.
You gotta hype up.
Now I got the Holy Ghost. Now we gotta do it. Yeah, man. It's to come out to be as bold to come out in the same year as the follow-up for Mario Kart 8, and to top it. To charge $10 less, granted, there's some controversy because it's a full price game, like we just talked about, that has a season pass and has DLC. Even though, like, arguably, like this DLC is one, it's not pay to win; it's just skins. I mean, it's tracks too, but it's good. This is like good additional content.
Yeah, I feel like when you talk DLCs and season passes and stuff like that, like, paying for skins, paying for maps, in a game where there could be pay-to-win stuff in it, but that they could easily put pay-to-win stuff in it, yeah, like you it's not, you're a lesser evil.
Yeah. And it's just, man, it feels so good. And I really don't want to keep using Sonic Racing Crossroads to knock Mario Kart World, because Mario Kart World's good.
It's the best comparison we got.
It is the best comparison we got. We can't really compare it to Garfield Kart.
Right. I hope not. I really, really hope not.
And the one major cardinal sin that Mario Kart World, the one reason why everybody's being so hard on it is the price tag. If it was $70, if it was $60, I think we would be a little less harsh on it.
A little more lenient.
And if it didn't have to live up to the hurdle that Mario Kart 8 did, because Mario Kart 8 was great. But
Question about that, right?
yeah,
I want to pick your mind on that for a second.
yeah.
Do you think, let's say like 2-3 years from now,
Mm-hmm.
are we still going to be thinking about Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, or are we going to be thinking about Mario World?
Well, I don't think Mario Kart World's going anywhere. I think that
Right.
community is just locked in. Like I put it on chat earlier this week. Like Mario Kart World has a 98% attach rate to the Switch 2. Too many people out there got it. Like it is the game to play.
I think even beyond the community
like-
piece, to me, it's like the investment that we know and that Nintendo has shown that they have over time with Mario Kart, right? Like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is like a decade investment,
Yeah.
right? For Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like we are not about to sit here and think that Nintendo is just gonna be like, all right, well, we release Mario Kart World, I guess that's it for it. Like, no, there's definitely a roadmap coming and more content will be added to that game, I think 100%.
Mhm.
That's what I'm hoping happens with Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, though, is that there's like, you know what, we made something good. Let's try to keep
so, too.
continuing to add to it, like later down the line, so like we can still be talking about it like years
Right.
from now.
Well, we know.
I hope so too. I just think it's a little less likely, but I do hope that is the case. But for sure.
Yeah, we know the roadmap for Sonic Racing Cross Worlds all the way up through like this time next year. Like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mega Man, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and these aren't just characters. Like they come with like tracks and maps and carts too.
And like the at least like the maps that we've gotten like so far have been so good, like so
Really
like
good.
true to like the actual worlds that they're in, whether you like them or not. Because I think when we did that stream last time, like the Minecraft track had dropped, and we hated it.
Yeah.
But it was really good.
It was good.
We hated it.
It was good.
I will say the last thing I'll say on this game is this is definitely the one that I think out of all the ones you all have peer pressure me to try and play this year, this is the one that every time I see it on Steam, I'm like, man, I bet that would look nice on the Steam Deck OLED. I know I can load that up real quick and it look nice. But I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do it. But I love me some Sonic, so this is definitely the one that I would cave on. So who knows? I may definitely give it a try by the end of the year.
The second one, the original one that I wanted to nominate is Double Fine's Keeper.
Oh, the Xbox game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I played through it. It's a short experience. It's like, I think it took me like 6 or 7 hours to finish.
Hey, music to my ears these days.
Really cool. If you like games like, if you're reminiscent for games like Eco or Journey or The Last Guardian, where there is no combat, you're kind of just walking, solving environmental puzzles, and getting a really cool kind of like story that's told with some nuance. Keeper is that vibe. Like Keeper scratched that itch. I really liked Eco back when I played it. Like Shadow of the Colossus, I was like Shadow of the Colossus, even though it was made by the Eco people, that was like heavy on combat. So it doesn't really fall into this, but yeah, it's a really good vibe. And the game is gorgeous. Like it's one of those, there's a saying in film, every frame a painting, where like someone can like shoot something and you could pause the movie at any moment in time and like print that screenshot out, and like that can be like hung on the wall and somebody could think that that's a piece of art. This game has that. Level design is really cool. The character design is really cool. The story it's telling is like, if this wasn't a game and it was just one of those like Pixar shorts that played right before a full-length Pixar movie, people would be talking about this. The problem is, and like this is like a heavier conversation that I didn't want this to go into, but I guess we have to naturally talk about, is I think this people see games like Keeper as Game Pass fodder.
Oof.
Yeah, and I think that is keeping people from taking it serious.
It's interesting to hear you say that, because I don't know if that's why I'm staying away from it versus me just feeling like there's other things to play, right? I think Xbox also hasn't presented this game as anything that is supposed to be like played by everybody, right? Like this hasn't. Keeper's never been a game that's marketed as like, hey, this is one of our big hitters this year, right? This is gonna hit its niche. It's gonna review well, which it did, right? A lot of people that played it really enjoyed it. But I don't know if they expected this game to have the same appeal as, let's say, Indiana Jones, for instance, right? Or something like that. I don't know if they have that same anticipation for it. And like I said, could just be me. You could be right. But I think for me, it's more so just like we keep talking about. There's just so much to play that when I look at a Keeper, if I don't see something that's I know is like a definitively going to be a Sergio game, I may stay away from it, right? So I think for me, that's all it was with Keeper. I do want to get to it eventually, though, for sure.
And, to be clear, I'm a Double Fine fan. Like, when I did my 10 games to get to know me, like, Psychonauts was one of them. That was one of the ones I didn't even have to, like, think about. I know that's one I put up there. Love Psychonauts 1, love Psychonauts 2. I'm a Brutal Legends apologist. And this game is very much a Double Fine game. In the art style, in the writing, in the jokes. But this is a game that I think... in a different year, I don't want to say game of the year because it's short and gameplay wise, it may be a little one dimensional, but we should be talking about this in like some of the smaller categories for sure. And I don't think we will.
Would you put this over Blueprints?
No, only because Blueprints, I think Blueprints is doing something like wholeheartedly new.
Wholly unique.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Whereas Keeper is like I said, I can easily compare a Keeper to a Eco, to a Journey, just with a unique art style.
See the inspiration.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense.
You look like you got your thinking cap on. You got...
Yeah, so there's one more that I wanted to put up myself. And I've been like sitting on the game because I wanted to I wanted to have like a really good solo stream with it. I just haven't done it yet, but we covered it earlier. Eric's Home, The Stolen Dream.
Oh yes, right. We talked about that.
Yeah, and I just think it's a really interesting concept. Like we don't have a lot of stealth games that aren't like the big Metal Gear titles, stuff that solely focuses on stealth at that. And yeah, it's just a really beautiful game. Like it has really good voice acting, which I was not, expecting for a game that, I didn't think was, going to be that big of a deal. And then the little bit of the story that I did dive into so far, I was like, okay, like I'm really invested. I want to know more about this world. And on top of that, it's a very beautiful world as well. So I think a lot of people wind up like, sleeping on it. I think it's like very much worth like a try. And like I just wanted to give it some shine, The best way to put it.
I respect it.
Yeah, you reached out to me like after playing the demo. I was like, man, we need to do a pre-launch preview on this. And I was like, and I like to think of myself as like I had my ear to the streets, and I was like, I've never heard of this game a day in my life. And I seen your gameplay, and I was like, yeah, this game looks cool. Like graphically, it definitely stood out to me. Like for it to be made by such a small team, it's a really good looking game.
It's crazy how things slide across your desk sometimes.
Yeah, joint looks good. The stealth gameplay looked really good. Eric shown The Stolen Dream. So yeah, I think we got that figured out. The She's Very Beautiful to Me nominees: Absolum, Rematch, Mega Bonk, Sonic Racing Crossworlds, Keeper, and Eric shown The Stolen Dream. So yeah, man, we're going to post those on our Instagram stories as polls, and we might do Twitter and Threads as well, all at Real Game Clique for those and other categories that we're going to discuss. And stay tuned for the first Game Clique Awards coming out later this year. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for listening. Hinokaga. Tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on youtube.com/Hinokaga, twitch.tv/Hinokaga. Streaming is sporadic, but there's videos there that you can check out too, like whether it's old gameplays. I got a couple of reviews on YouTube as well, which I want to really get back into that because there's some really good stuff to watch movie-wise that came out this year too. So I want to talk about some of that. So y'all might see that later down the line.
Chainsaw Man?
Yeah.
Did you watch Chainsaw Man?
What a movie.
So, all right.
Oh.
Save it for
I'm
the video.
I'm not a big Chainsaw Man fan, but I am going to go see it because it's supposed to be
It's one of them ones. Yeah, you will enjoy that one.
What I will say is if you guys like that 90s aesthetic, anime wise, you got to check out, and you literally can only check it out today and Thursday though. Mm-hmm. It's called Virgin Punk. And really cool gunfights, assassin type of movie with the it's a lot of cyberpunk stuff in it as well. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm going to see that either Thursday, or if there's a show in the night, I might just run out. So
Respect it.
But yeah, movie reviews coming.
Coach, where can they find you?
They can find me. You can find me at Twitch at Amphysis, IMPHYSIX. You can also find me on Blue Sky these days, physics.games. And I'm usually posting on there pretty frequently, just talking about games, wrestling, hip hop, whatever I'm feeling like that day. Definitely catch me.
We're coming closer and closer to Cena's last day.
Oh, man.
What are we gonna do?
Only them ticket prices weren't fucking over. Man, if only. I'll tell y'all what though, if it's him and Oba, I might have to. They might give me.
We're gonna be in the cheap seats with the binoculars, like.
Right, yeah, I'll be at the very top of that one.
And you can find me here at Real Game Clique every single day on Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, Threads. I have a list of them, and I keep trying to say it by heart. Twitter, IG, TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky, and YouTube at Real Game Clique. Find us there. We're going to start streaming on a regular basis. I promise. Find us on Twitch at Real Game Clique. There's going to be stuff there. This is going to be cool. We're going to be streaming stuff together. Me and Hino will eventually finish Absolute, maybe. Oh.
I'll play rematch eventually.
We'll play rematch eventually. We need to get back into Elden Ring Night Reign. We need to
back. You never played.
I'm gonna pull my timer out right now.
In this show.
I'm gonna pull my timer out right now. I got hours. Thank y'all for watching and thank y'all for listening. Stay tuned. We're gonna drop new episodes every other Friday. As always, get good, be good, stay good, y'all. We're out.